So today's video is on money maxing. So we're going to highlight 12 key things that rich men do that most average men never learn or don't do. For those of you that are new to the channel, I used to be ranked third in the world in Call of Duty. I was an absolute loser. And then I went on a 10-year massive self-improvement journey, and I made this channel to give back and to document my learnings and experiences along the way. We're going to jump into the first out of 12 reasons. And reason number one is living above your means, right? Trying to impress others, right? The Gucci, the Louis, the Prada, the jewelry, the cars. Cars is a key one that I see, guys. You don't know how many people I know that own like a BMW i8 or a Tesla, can't even afford it. And actually, I used to give this example where me buying a Lamborghini, the proportion of my net worth, it actually would be a better financial decision than a lot of my friends buying Teslas. And the reason people try to impress others, right, it really stems from, that rat race, low self-esteem, that kind of whole frame of mindset, right? So stop trying to live above your means, right? Stop trying to flex and impress others, especially if you're a guy in your 20s, okay? In your 20s, no one really expects you to be balling out, so you could save and get ahead of the pack. Number two is chasing puss, guys. Super expensive dates, right? I know guys where they always take a girl out on a first date to fine dining. Not only is that pedestalizing the girl, and that's not an appropriate, in my opinion, dating strategy, but it's the amount of money it wastes. They can't even afford it. Also, when it comes to chasing puss, guys, I'm talking about OnlyFans subscriptions. I'm talking about other ways that you're simping. Guys, I'm all about, this big on cold approaching, big on getting the ladies, but there's a financially smart way to do it, right? The first time I meet up with a girl, I always try to get her to grab a drink with me, right? A lot of girls are upsellers. I call them upsellers. Oh, well, we should go to this nice restaurant. And I tell them, hey, well, you're going to have to earn that, right? I just want to see how we vibe for, the first time we meet. But guys, stop taking girls out to eat on the first date. Stop getting upsold. Have a spine. Set boundaries. Number three is vices. This is something that has been one of my biggest downfalls financially. So gambling, addictions, partying, eating out, things like that, right? So guys, gambling, almost always is going to result in a really bad outcome. Other vices, addictions, drugs, things like that, right? It's just going to drain your wallet and not help you max out to be the best version of yourself that you can be. Number four is interesting one, pre-gaming functions from home. So if you're someone that drinks alcohol, right, instead of having a million drinks out, when you go out and hit the nightclubs, get a mild buzz at home, right? You could have 4 drinks at home. You just saved yourself $60. Additionally, let's say you're going to just like an event or a dinner with people and you're going to have 2 drinks. We'll just have one at home, right? It's a win-win. You actually come there a little mildly buzzed, so your social interactions are going to be better and you're going to have less anxiety, but also you're going to save money. And then also to the naked eye, right, they're only going to see your peers have 1 drink. So they're also going to be like, wow, like this guy's super chill. He only had 1 drink. He's obviously not nervous, right? Everyone else is having way more drinks. Wow, this guy's like really got his shit together, but they don't know that you had 2 drinks at home. Pre-gaming functions and avoiding alcohol outside, guys. Number 5, eating from home. This was a massive hole in my wallet as well. I would spend about $60 per day on Grubhub or delivery orders. Swear to God, guys. Anytime I got hungry, right, I'd try to get in protein every 3 to 4 hours, and I'd be like, oh, I ran out of food. Well, now I got to go back on Grubhub. I was doing it twice a day. Guys, what I do now is I have high protein instant ramen. You could find it on Amazon. It's amazing. Super cheap, and it's actually kind of healthy. So that's like $1.50 instead of sending $30 on a meal for the same amount of protein. Another one, I get it from your local grocery store. It's Progresso protein soups. So these are like $3 a can. They have like 25 grams of protein. So now I just have these on hand, guys, right? So whenever I would go and buy Grubhub or food delivery, I just go and eat a $3 protein soup, right? It's all, at the end of the day, it's all about the protein, how much protein you're getting. Number 6 is debt. You have to eliminate your debt if you want to become financially free. You're never going to have the leverage or the ammunition, right? I would say if you're in debt, you're never going to have the ammo of lots of money that you could invest and compound over time. Number 7, guys, this was huge. I urge everyone listening to this to do this, is budget for 90 days in Excel. This is something I did. I fell out of the habit, but I did it for a long time, and you're really able to gauge your spending habits. I remember in my early 20s when I first started doing this, I realized that weed and alcohol were my two biggest expenses per month, even more than rent. So you're really able to see what's draining your wallet. You're really able to see, wow, I spend way too much on food delivery. I spend way too much on weed, way too much on alcohol, etc. So budgeting is going to give you full visibility and control and oversight into your money that's coming in and going out. Guys, number 8, super boring, but the 401k match. I'm going to sound like a baby boomer, right? Try to take advantage of it. And the company match, if your company does that for you, right? So if they match up to 3%, if they match up to 6%, try to do the maximum and take advantage of the 401k program. Additionally, guys, I'm someone who's really big into investing. I would really never advise crypto unless it was like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, coins like that. But at the end of the day, this is the only investing strategy you need. If you go to Fidelity and you hire a financial consultant, this is exactly what they're going to tell you, is exactly what I'm telling you right now. All you need to put your money in, guys, every paycheck, if you have leftover money, all you need to do is invest it into QQQ, IVV, or VO. QQQ, IVV, or VOO. These are mutual funds. They're extremely low risk. They're always going to go up, and they basically track like the S&P 500. They're safe as hell. No, let me invest in individual stocks, individual companies, or, penny stocks. Shit never works, guys. Just throw it in the ones I said. There are other Fidelity funds, and I'm myself am in these as well, like FX, AIX, FSPTX, FNCMX, FBGRX. There's a whole bunch of these Fidelity-based funds. Those are fine too, but guys, at the end of the day, QQQ, IBV, VO, that's all you got to do. Number 10, guys, a little controversial here, but I'm never going to get married without a prenup in place. I have too much to lose. I am going to actually make a whole nother video on this topic, I think. But, hypergamy, prenups, the dating market today, 54% of marriages fail. It's setting you up to get financially ruined, right? And especially if you're a beta male simp cuck provider with no, blue pill simp cuck provider with no prenup, you're going to get divorce raped potentially. Number 11 is reviewing your subscriptions. So go in your iPhone, your Android, go to your profile, go to subscriptions, and just audit them, right? You'd be surprised how many reoccurring subscriptions you have. For example, I just canceled Netflix. I don't need that shit. I never use it. And I have Amazon Prime. So when a bitch comes over and I want to throw on a movie, let's be honest, the movie's a distraction and we start making out within 5 minutes. So now instead of having Netflix, I just bring her to Amazon Prime and have her choose a movie there. Number 12, guys, about to wrap the video up. The 12th and final reason is health expenses. Guys, invest in your health now. Supplementation, grass-fed meat, organic produce. Get the really quality, good ingredients and really invest in your health now, right? A lot of people neglect their health, right? And they could even potentially save money from not eating organic or shopping at Whole Foods, but you're gonna pay 10x down the line in your 60s, 70s, and 80s when you're have diseases and you're hospitalized and you're having these insane medical costs. There's a quote, I would love for someone to drop it down in the comment, but basically, we spend our whole life making money and neglecting our health, but, then at the end of our life, it's inverted, right? We are spending all that money just to try to protect our health. But you guys get the point, right? Invest in your health now. So guys, these are 12 reasons and things that can help you money max to your highest degree. These are things that help me reach a net worth of $1 million by 30 years old. And these are things that you could always continuously improve, myself included. You can always strive to do better in these areas when it comes to investing, when it comes to, auditing your budget, things like that. So guys, really appreciate you tuning into this video. I wanted to mix it up, not talk about emails, looks maxing. Again, this channel is going to be comprehensive male self-improvement. With that being said, drop a like, subscribe, and leave your feedback on today's video, and I will see you all in the next one.